Good day and welcome to our program, The Church and the Poor. My name is Father Hayden Augustine of the Missionaries of the Poor, and today we have a group from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we have three members in our panel: Mike Legreve, Carissa Trepanier, and Deborah Miller. And welcome to Jamaica. Mike, what brought you here? What inspired you to come to Jamaica? You came a few years ago.
Right. This is my second trip.
Yes.
Originally, we ended up here because one of my friends, a Deacon Rich Bonneman in our parish, wanted to make mission work accessible to average folk like us.
Yes.
And he just happened to be browsing the TV one day, and he saw your show.
On EWTN?
On EWTN, yes.
Oh, really?
And then he started to check into it, and a few months later, he came here with my brother. They checked it out, and my brother was so excited that he came back about 6 months later, and that's when I came.
Really? Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And what did you experience that time to bring you back again this time? What really?
To me, the greatest experience is really praying with the brothers and living with the brothers. They have such a rich, prayerful life, and they welcome us into it to be part of it. And it really, without that, this trip would be impossible. Going out to the centers and dealing with things that we've never seen before. But with the prayer and guidance that comes, it's been a wonderful experience.
Okay, so it's like a retreat,
It's very much a retreat.
An apostolic retreat.
Exactly.
Tell us a bit about that. How does the day start at the Brothers Monastery?
How does our day start? Well, we get up. The bell rings at 5:30 in the morning, so that we can have Mass at 5:45. That is a great combination of Liturgy of the Hours, morning prayer, combined with Mass. It rolls right into Eucharistic adoration. And then we complete the Mass, and then we can have breakfast and start our day.
Oh, sing to the Lord, proclaim His holy name. Oh, sing to the Lord, with dancing praise His name. Oh, sing to the Lord, with music praise His name. Let us praise His name and rejoice in Him. Oh, sing to the Lord, oh, praise Him in the heights. Oh, sing to the Lord, you sun and moon on high. Oh, sing to the Lord, you stars in heaven above.
Carissa, you've joined this team for the first time?
Yeah, I'm from St. Norbert College.
Yes.
So in
So you're a
Green Bay,
student?
Wisconsin. Correct. Yeah. And actually, his daughter is on the trip
Okay.
and told me a little bit about the trip, and I was excited.
Really?
I've always wanted to do missions trips,
Yes.
and I thought, why not? Especially, I've never been out of the country.
Really?
So this was an amazing
First
experience.
time out of the States?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
Was there culture shock coming to?
A little bit, but I tried to prepare myself. I looked
Yes.
in to Missionaries of the Poor, the website online. That helped a lot.
Right,
And I got donations from my church. They made me feel very comfortable.
right.
So it's
And
going very
what
well.
have you done so far? You've been to the centers?
Correct. I've actually been to 3 different centers. So I spent time with little kids, which I have 4 little brothers, so it worked out well for me. And then I got time with elderly and HIV patients as well.
Really?
Yes.
How has that been with the HIV patients?
Great, actually.
Did you feel scared?
I was a little nervous at first, especially since they're older than I am, most of them.
Yes.
But they're so easily I mean, they can talk to anyone. They are the most joyful people I've ever met.
Yes.
And it helps me to realize that I'm Christ as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Not only are they Christ, but I can bring Christ to them.
Yes,
And when
yes.
you realize that you're not just a teenager anymore, it makes a huge difference.
Really
Yeah.
wonderful, Carissa. Yes. And Deborah, what brought you here?
Well, like
Or who brought you here?
Michael. Like he said, he had been here, and many of our friends have come on different trips at different times. So when he and Michelle, are one of the gals that's with us, asked if I wanted to join them, I just immediately said yes, and then thought, what am I doing? But here I am, and I've been loving it.
You haven't regretted it. What has been the most defining experience you've had so far?
I think the brothers' prayer also, and the fact that what it takes for them to sustain themselves, and it's just amazing to me. The day is so grace-filled, but it's a lot of work, and it's like nonstop, and how they get through the day, and it's their prayer life, and that's so obvious.
Yes, yes, and it proves the point that prayer works. Prayer works first of all,
Works.
but it works wonders.
Yes.
Because we would not be able to do this without prayer. We'd not be able to live the life, and we brothers.
Right.
Have you experienced that you would not be able to approach like the centers and the suffering of the poor without that support of prayer? Would you also say that?
Yes, very much so. I was a little apprehensive at first coming and knowing, because Mike sort of filled us in on the fact that we were going to be doing a lot of time in prayer.
Prepared you
and I
well.
thought, yes, he did. And I was a little nervous about that, but it has been absolutely amazing and beautiful. And I do think that I don't know if I could handle as much as we have done without that prayer.
Without prayer.
Yes.
Indeed, that's true. It is true. It is really prayer and work, the old monastic timetable, and one feeds into the other, and you bring your work to prayer, isn't it? You reflect in the evenings. You share what you have encountered.
Right.
Mike, what have you encountered that you would be able to tell others when you go back home? That should bring them down to Jamaica or to bring them to the poor.
One thing came to me yesterday while I was just mopping. It was a very simple task.
Yes.
But it's something that needs to get done, and I just felt like a worker in the vineyard, just sweating for the Lord, doing whatever I could, and I felt like one of the workers that came last, because I'm working with the brothers who do this all the time, put their heart and soul into it, and I realized that I was one of the workers that came last, but I'm still going to get the same reward, and that really pushed me through the day yesterday.
Great, wonderful. That's the parables come to life, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Carissa, what would be one of the striking things you would share with your fellow students back at college?
Definitely the experience of meeting so many different types of people. Everyone is different. There's people with mental disabilities, some with physical disabilities, who can completely interact with you and can understand exactly what you're saying. And it's so beautiful to walk around through the different centers and see Christ in every single person, no matter if something is wrong with them or if they're completely there. It's beautiful, and there's not an experience like that.
And Mike, you brought a team of people from Green Bay.
Mostly
Different
from
places.
Manitowoc and then scattered around, yes.
Right. We want to speak to them now. Anyone can start. What has been your most powerful experience?
Hi, my name is Stephanie Simmons, and this is my first mission trip. I've never done anything anywhere near this. I was actually in Jamaica for my honeymoon, but
Really?
at an all-inclusive resort.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
It was very nice. But even, from the first minute you get here and you drive from the airport and you see the poverty, I don't think anyone from the United States can even fathom the amount of poverty that's here. And how even just the people on the streets live. And you go to the centers and you see these people that are so happy with so little. And it just takes a touch or a conversation or a hug, and they're completely satisfied and they're completely fulfilled. And I know I'm going to go back home a very changed person. I can while I was packing to come here, I was freaking out. What clothes am I going to wear? Do I have the right shoes? Do I have this? Do I have that? And
those things don't matter.
They don't matter at all.
At all.
And I'm hoping that I can bring that back with me and learn that material things are not the way to happiness, and to continue the prayer that the brothers have taught us.
Very good. Wonderful.
I'm Keith. I was actually here with Michael on his first trip.
Okay.
With his brother Mark. And
You brought Mike down?
no, actually
No?
his brother Mark brought us down.
Okay.
And I remember the first day I was here, I was in Bethlehem, and I walked in, and the sounds and the sights, I had never seen the deformities that I saw when I first came here. And I really didn't think I'd finish out the day. It was very upsetting to me. And by the end of the day, I did a lot of mopping that day, and the brothers were wonderful. But they had me feeding, and they had me dressing the children. And by the end of the day, I saw so many smiles in them, and I saw happiness in them. And it really touched my heart. It upsets me that people can abandon their children like that. But then it makes me see the true love of God when I see people taking them in. But I have so much love for the brothers, and people say when I come home that I'm different than I was just a week before, and I believe that, because when I come here, I'm truly happy, and I see the joy that you have in your life. So,
Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Yes. Michelle.
Michelle. I'm Michelle Jerichoic. Besides the prayer life that everyone has talked about, I've been amazed by the overwhelming feeling of love that I've seen here and felt here while I was here. The love from the brothers to the residents, and then the love from the residents to us, and us to the residents. That has been amazing for me. So I've really enjoyed that a lot, and the joy that you feel at all of the shelters too. The residents are so joyful. We were at Mass today at Jacob's Well, and just to look out at all of the residents dancing and smiling and praying, and it was wonderful. Yes, very powerful.
Hello, my name is Talina Arias. I am the only one from Miami in this group.
Yes.
I'm originally from Puerto Rico, so my first language is Spanish.
Yes.
It's been a great experience for me. I have been helping Missionaries of the Poor for the past 3 years, putting up musicals and helping with containers to send here. So this is the first time I have a chance to actually see what we have been working so hard for. Yes.
Yes.
It's been an amazing experience. There's so many things that have made a difference in my life. I think it's an experience to actually live the gospel from the beginning to the end. I've seen really how blessed are the poor. We have a lot of things in the States, and we are so poor in spirit.
Yes.
Some people, and these poor and crippled and old, abandoned people that we've met always receive us with a big, big hug. I have 2 teenagers, so it's very hard for me to get a hug. So every time the doors open to any of the centers, there's somebody smiling with a big, big smile and a big, big hug, ready to give us love.
Yes.
And to receive love. And we commend the work that Missionaries of the Poor. This is not going to be my last trip. And next time I won't come back alone.
Alone, no,
I
exactly.
will bring a lot of people with me.
Miami is a huge city.
Yes. So it's been a great experience, and I commend all the work that all the Missionaries of the Poor do. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Blessed Teresa talks about doing small things with great love. And you've shared that. Many of you have shared about the small, simple things, the cutting of the toenails, or the hugs, or the smiles, go a long way, to make life different for all of us. Yes. Carissa, you have had an experience?
Absolutely. There was an older woman who was laying in a bed. Usually they're outside enjoying the day, even for worship sessions, under a big pavilion. And there was an older lady, and one of the brothers asked me if I could just sit with her. Something as simple as sitting with someone who could not respond back. She couldn't move, and she was hooked up just to have water into her body. Sitting with her and being able to talk to God in that person.
Yes.
And then I also got to share my talent of singing, which was amazing because I'm in college, and it's all about studies and what you can major in, what you can minor in. When so many people have these little talents, you really do. I don't think people notice how many talents they really have in themselves.
Hidden talents,
yes. Absolutely. And being able to sing, there was a lady in the HIV section, an older lady, and she was completely blind and had a walker, and she came over and she sang 3 songs by heart, full songs, 3 of them, and we all sat there, and it was beautiful.
My soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. All men will bless me in the name of God, Almighty Lord. My soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. From age to age they will call me blessed one. Oh, holy, holy, holy is his name. His loving mercy blesses all who fear his just commands. He raises all who bow before his name. He looks upon his lowly handmaid.
What about your families, Mike? Well, you brought here. But family life, back home. I think Keith was talking something like that your lifestyle back at home with all these, all the distractions of modern Western living, American Western living. What about your family life and community life that you've seen with the brothers? Can you see some influence of that in your family, the way you relate to your family members or relatives or even neighbors back at home?
I think I've really seen things that we need to bring back home.
Yes.
Lately I've been putting way too much time in work, and my family suffers, everything suffers just because of that. But here, I've been with my family the whole time, spending a lot of time together, doing similar things.
Yes.
It's been wonderful. Praying together. We have never been a family that could pray together.
Family that prays together.
Stays together.
Yes. It's bothered me that we've never been able to do it. It's just, I just haven't been able to get there.
Yes.
Well, this way we have. 4 times a day we've been able to pray together, and that's been great.
Carissa, what about at college? You're as a Catholic college, isn't it?
Correct, yes.
Right. What can you share with your fellow students, your classmates?
I'm actually in a small Catholic group
Yes.
on campus.
Okay, okay.
Stephanie in the audience is in it with me as well.
It's a Newman Club or something, no?
Lumen Christi, so
Lumen
Light of
Christi,
Christ.
Okay, yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we do a lot of work throughout the day, and every day we'll have a different activity, whether it's adoration, going to Mass, some sort of service.
And how would this influence, affect?
I think we
your
can
work at Lumen
definitely,
Christi?
because of the pictures, we
Yes.
can share our stories.
Right,
And definitely one-on-one
Yes.
can help a lot.
right. Yes.
A lot of people can see something and walk away, and they're impacted, but then nothing is done.
Yes.
And that's how I was for the longest time.
Okay.
I know how that is, and I would love to go up one-on-one with people. I'm actually communications major right now.
Okay.
So I think that could definitely help, the one-on-one.
Yes.
And my church helped me pay to come here. So I gave them a little explanation after Googling Missionaries of the Poor. And they're excited to hear all about it. I'll be speaking once I get back and showing pictures. So
Yes.
that's also a great way to evangelize.
Evangelization, right? Yes. Deborah?
Well, my husband and I have 4 children, and they're all growing now, out of the house. And we have actually done a different mission trip together a couple of years ago that we really enjoyed. And my husband wasn't real sure about coming down here. Well, first of all, he said he couldn't come to Jamaica in June. It would be too hot for him.
Okay.
So, but he wasn't sure about Missionaries of the Poor either, but I can definitely see him coming down here and loving it. And
Yes.
I would love to get together. You know, we do a lot of things with our church, but a lot of the things that we do, and we're both in like Bible studies, but he has his men's Bible study, I have my women's Bible study, and his, you know, so I would love to see a group of, you know, like couples that have been,
Families. Right.
yes,
Yes.
together and work together, and like Mike, it's kind of funny because we have raised our children, we've always gone to church, we've always done those things, but we haven't really done deep prayer together at home,
right.
and that is
Yes.
something that
Yes.
would be really wonderful to start with.
Yes.
Yes.
I know our prayer life keeps us together, you know, our you know, the 4 times a day, you know, and all in between.
Yeah.
That really creates unity and brotherhood and
Yes.
yes.
And as Mike said earlier, the brothers are so welcoming. You can walk into adoration, and the first 3 pews are full of brothers, and it's beautiful to see that. And at first it was a little bit intimidating, thinking I don't know any of their names. They have a little bit of an accent. I have a little bit of an accent. You know, how's communication going to
Yes,
work? And
yes.
as soon as I went to the centers, everyone was calling me sister.
Mm.
And that was a good connecting point for me,
Yes.
was being able to not remember their name exactly, but still knowing that we're brothers and
We're
sisters
brothers
in
and
Christ.
sisters in Christ, correct. Wonderful, yes, yes, yes. Thanks for your sharing. It's really been very, very inspiring and moving, and it helps us, it evangelizes us. You evangelize us, you know. You better believe it.
Yeah.
When you come and you share your life and you take the risks, I say all the time, you know, you really take risks, I mean, in many, many ways, but you drop everything back home. And even if it's for a week, you know, or for whatever period, it means a lot to the Lord. You know, it means a lot to us, and it helps make this world a better place, you know, and gives us energy to go on. So come again and
Yes,
bring
we will.
others. Yes.
Thank you.
And thanks for viewing The Church and the Poor. God bless you.
Blessed be the people who have found Jesus. Blessed be the people who have seen lights. Blessed be the man who follows his footsteps. Blessed be the woman who has found life.
Your eyes have not seen, your ears have not heard. You have never seen it, heard it, felt it under your eyes. You cannot believe it, believe it, not with your mind. What God has prepared, you can't conceive it, blind are your eyes.
Blessed be the people who have found Jesus